Friendships after 60. Some fade and some save us. Today I want to talk about friendships. It seems like I've heard a lot about this recently, mostly about how important it is for older folks to stay connected to friends. Research from the National Institutes of Health and from a number of universities show that friendship serves as a sort of buffer to help us deal with aging. Apparently, hermits don't live satisfying long lives like those of us who commune with one another. There are two things about this I think are important for us to consider. One, not all friendships are good for us. Some are fake. And two, how to keep genuine friends and make genuine friends as we age. So first, it's easy after so many years to have some friends who are wonderful to have in our lives. Let's recognize that right up front. It might be the one who's been your bestie since 7th grade, who'd been through hell and high water with you through the years, and you've done the same for her. And even though you now live in different places and only talk on the phone 3 times a year, it always feels like you were together just yesterday. You laugh and share fond memories and catch up, and it always feeds your soul. You two will always support one another and have each other's back. It works both ways. I have a friend like that who jokingly asked if I'd visit her in prison if she throttled her husband. We laughed, but my answer was, of course. But it's also possible to have someone who counts herself as your friend, but over the years, or maybe it happened quickly, you've realized that friendship only works one way. It's a fake friendship. That person uses you as a sounding board for their complaints and grievances. They always have a crisis that they need your support for. They demand that you drop what you're doing and pay attention to them, and they may even get upset if you forget their birthday or the holidays or a gift or at least a card. They're playing with your mind, digging up guilt by going overboard to send you gifts or to always remember your birthday or to send cards or to do things for you. Don't get me wrong, that's very generous if they don't expect the same in return all the time. If they do it because it makes them happy, and if you do that because it makes you happy, that's great. But by now, most of my friends and I have decided no more gifts. We save that for the children in our lives. Besides, we don't need anything. Well, except maybe for $500,000, but nobody has that. We're terrible at remembering each other's birthdays, but love sending random little gifts whenever the right thing pops up. I'll be in an antique shop and see a salt and pepper shaker I know my friend who collects them would love. She gets it then. No special occasion is needed. But what should we do with those people who demand our friendship instead of letting it evolve naturally? Those who take and take and take and never give back. I have a couple of ideas. You may have more. Let us know in comments. Here's something I did once with a woman who insisted we were friends and who called a lot to whine about her life. No suggestions ever helped. She clearly had no interest in moving on with her life. I eventually told her that her calls seemed very one-sided and I wanted to vent my frustrations next time. I never heard from her again. I'm not kidding. She had no interest in a two-way friendship. It's okay to sever ties with someone who's sucking the life out of you. Don't return their calls. Don't let them bully you into doing things you don't want to do. Don't let them guilt you into taking care of their neediness. The second point I want to make is the opposite of that. Nurturing our healthy friendships and making new friends. It is not too late at this age to make new friends. I'm not talking about a popularity contest. I'm talking about people who have the same interests as you, people who you'd enjoy talking with and spending time with. You might be thinking, isn't it hard to make new friends at this age? Maybe. Some of our old friends may have died or are ill and can't visit anymore. It seems daunting and even unfaithful to try to replace them. We'll never replace our true friends. They'll always be in our hearts. But think of it this way. We've been making new friends all of our lives. There's no reason to stop now. When we were toddlers, we had our preschool friends. Then in school, we had friends, new friends in college and on our first jobs, new friends when we moved, work friends, more friends as the years progressed. We've been doing this all our lives. We can still do it. Granted, the way we do it these days may be different, and we need to be very careful. We don't want to get pulled into groups that are just there for complaining, especially online. We've had enough of that in our lives. I look for groups that are positive. I belong to a writers group where we share suggestions for publishing, and I belong to an ancestry group where we share family discoveries. There's some amazing stories there. Sitting around complaining in person or online or arguing online with stupid strangers, that's not for me. I hope it isn't for you either. And here's an aside. I don't mean to insult you with this reminder because I know that most of you know better, but still, it's tempting to fall for someone online who wants to be your friend and falls in love with you based on what they've seen about you on social media. This happened to a woman I knew. She thought a famous rock star was in love with her and wanted to marry her. They'd never met. And although he was worth millions, he needed for her to send him money because his fortune was tied up in a divorce battle. No filthy rich rock star is going to pick a woman up online, at least not to marry, and let's be real, not at this age. So, back to friendships. There may be groups in your community you can meet with face-to-face, volunteering to help those in need, a book club, volunteering at your local library, a quilting or knitting group. I have no idea how those things get done. It's amazing skill. Workout classes, gardening clubs. Although these are group activities, that's where we meet people with similar interests as ours. I become good friends with individuals through those kinds of groups. Interestingly, after calling out the fake friends in my life, I find that I have fewer friends, some long time and some new, but more close friends than ever before. Friends who say, "I love you," and I say it back. Friends who don't make demands but are simply there for me and are content with me doing the same for them. So what do you think? Are you up for keeping friendships alive, or would you rather be a hermit? How do you find new friends, the genuine kind? And might you want to shout out to a favorite friend? Let us know in comments.